It's not a game. This is my rights as a citizen.
It's not your rights.
Yes, it is.
No.
Entitled is a word that gets thrown around a lot, but what happens when it's taken to the extreme? From bizarre excuses to downright outrageous behavior, these encounters with law enforcement will leave you questioning just how far entitlement can go. It's January 17, 2022, a typical day on the Pensacola Bay Bridge. An officer is cruising along when suddenly he spots a car zooming at 52 miles per hour in a 35 mile per hour zone. That's a red flag right there. So, what does he do? He checks the car plate and he finds that the registration expired 3 months ago. Now, instead of letting the speeding driver off with a warning, the officer decides to pull them over in a parking lot of a CVS.
Why is that?
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a car. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I know my rights.
Okay.
Very well.
That's what you want to stick with?
Call a supervisor.
Okay.
Right now.
All right.
Right now.
Or else what?
I know my rights.
If I don't call a supervisor, or else what?
I guess we're not going to go anywhere then.
Okay. So just hold it for me and go and give me the channel.
You need to get a supervisor out here.
Yeah, our channel want to be 1033.
That can
Now, the driver starts pulling out all sorts of excuses, talking about sovereign citizen stuff. She's trying to outsmart the officer with fancy legal words and impractical reasoning. But let's be real, it's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. It never works, it just makes things worse.
Her vehicle was stopped for speeding. 54 and 35 coming off the bridge. She asked me where the speed limit was, saying that is before she got off the bridge. She actually did a U-turn. We were in the 35 zone. We pull over here. I introduced myself. I said, any reason why we're driving this fast? And I said, you got your license. She immediately goes into, I don't need a license to drive the vehicle.
Okay.
And they said, I am traveling.
Okay. So, you do need a license to drive the vehicle. And you do have to identify yourself to these officers.
I do not have to have a license to drive a vehicle.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
As if expired registration and speeding weren't enough, turns out the driver's license expired way back in October 2021. And guess what? There's an active warrant for her for not showing up in a court for driving on an expired license. Now, the officer noticed something fishy. The driver's eyes are glossy, and her pupils are dilated. Suspicious much? Definitely. So, they decide to search the car, and what do they find? A plastic bag with a white powder inside. Yep, you guessed it, cocaine.
Step out, turn around, face away from me. Turn around, face away
Turn
from me.
around.
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Well, then you can tell that to the judge if you end up going to jail.
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle. I have all the laws right there.
I
in the
don't
back
care
of my
what
car.
I don't care what laws you say you have.
I know that you don't care because you're supposed to
then
be
you,
a police
then
officer.
you should
a
know
peace
that
officer.
you should know that this conversation's over then.
Right, because you don't care about the laws. You don't care about our rights.
So, in the end, this driver's got a list of charges: driving under the influence, driving without a license, and possession of cocaine. Talk about digging yourself into a deep, deep hole just because you couldn't renew your license on time. Next up, Sean Malarkey finds herself in a sticky situation after allegedly hitting her ex-husband with her car and landing her in hot water for domestic violence. But when the cops arrive and take her in, things take a nosedive real fast. Right off the bat, Malarkey starts acting all over the place, erratic and aggressive, like a ticking time bomb. And believe it or not, her kids are right there in the back seat witnessing the whole drama. But it's like she's oblivious to their presence.
I didn't give y'all permission to search my vehicle either.
Your vehicle's being towed. We're inventorying it. We're not searching it.
Yes, you are. You're searching my vehicle.
You say that our laws don't matter to you, so what's it matter?
Obviously, I don't have any laws right now.
No, there's plenty of laws. You're just breaking them.
I don't have to mind laws that aren't valid.
They're valid laws.
They are not valid laws.
Now, she pulls out this classic move, asking the cops to give them the green light to step onto her property. But here's the reality check. When it comes to situations like this, the cops don't need an invitation. If they've got a warrant, they're coming in, whether you like it or not. And with backup on standby, Malarkey gets yanked out of her car and slapped with handcuffs. But as one would expect, it gets even messier from here.
Hey, step out of the car right now. Get out of the car. Ma'am, we'll talk about everything, but get out of the car. Yep. 20 expedite, we're in the garage, she's closing. Ma'am, step out.
Excuse me.
Step out.
No, excuse me.
Step
Get
out.
your hands off of me.
Step out of the car right
No,
now.
excuse-
Yes.
No.
Step out of the car.
Get your hands off
Get
of
out
me.
of the car.
No.
You're under arrest.
Even with her hands tied, figuratively and literally, Malarkey's attitude remains unchanged. And to add fuel to the fire, the cops catches a whiff of alcohol in her breath. Ah, now some pieces of the puzzle starts falling into place. Maybe that explains her bizarre behavior, but it sure doesn't accuse it.
You don't stop tugging.
I'm gonna tase you, opener.
No.
Yes.
No.
You're obstructing right now. Do you
No,
understand
you're
that?
obstructing.
I'm not gonna tell you again.
No, I'm not going to tell you again.
Get out of the car right.
So, Malarkey totally defies the officer's order and tries to bolt from the vehicle. Then she goes straight for the officer who started the arrest, yelling, "Get your hands off me." This is a classic move we've seen often. The suspect picks on one cop, hoping to make them the scapegoat. They think that by targeting one officer, they can build a strong case against them. But, let's be honest, this tactic almost never works.
You are the piece of dirt that I wouldn't piss on if you were on fire.
I smell
You
an
are
odor
the-
of alcohol on your breath.
No, that's my piss.
That's your piss?
I'm pissing on you.
Okay.
Guess what?
And it gets even worse. Malarkey starts throwing around violent threats at the officers. But watch closely. Right after making her most extreme threat, she quickly tries to switch the topic.
Hey, I didn't tell you to get out of the car. Stop. Do you have your
Excuse me.
phone on you?
Don't touch me.
Do you have your phone on you?
Get your fucking hands off me.
Where's your phone?
Do not
Where's your phone at?
get
Person?
your... Do not touch me.
Okay.
Did I ever say...
Turn around.
You fucker, do not touch me.
She doesn't stop there though. She makes the officer's job even harder by pretending she can't get out of the car. You can tell from her movement that she's not really trying. She blames the tape on her ankles and claims it's the cop's fault she tried to kick him.
You are dead.
What's that?
You are getting sued.
No, what'd you say before that?
Face is
You
getting
said I am dead? What do you mean by that?
fucker. You are
Elaborate on it if you mean it.
You're getting sued.
In the end, she's hit with some serious charges. Aggravated assault of an officer and aggravated DUI. And believe it or not, it's her third DUI with a child in the car. Soon after this arrest, she gets charged with endangering the life or health of a child, violating a bail bond, and she even picks up a misdemeanor for resisting or obstructing an officer. Moving on December 29, 2021, in La Crosse, Wisconsin, homeowners hear a loud crash outside their place. They rush out to find their car smashed by a young woman in a red Chevy. The roads are icy and the sky's dark, but something just doesn't add up. Turns out the woman behind the wheel is 27 years old Brittany Sculler, and she's clearly the one who caused this mess by plowing into a parked car. But here's where it gets interesting. The cops sense that there's more to this bizarre accident than meets the eye.
Sean, step out.
Where's my watch?
I have your watch.
Oh, is it accounted for?
What's up?
I didn't get any paperwork accounting for it.
We drove 4 blocks. He has custody of your watch in the booking room.
And guess what?
Just so you know, with body
Yeah.
camera, your watch is right here, okay?
Guess what?
How about that?
I don't take anything for granted.
So, Brittany's out here claiming she's a sovereign, but let's face it, she's not fooling anyone. The officer notices her glossy eyes, slurred speech, and that unmistakable smell of alcohol hanging around her.
The faster we get this process done, the faster we can call your mom.
What have I done wrong?
You're under arrest for a WI.
We're not gonna be kicking, okay?
No!
Do you understand me? At your age.
Let me out of here! Let me the out of here!
That's not what we gonna do.
Tell me what makes it a felony. If anything, what you're doing is using.
So, what does the cop do? He asks her to do some field sobriety tests. But it's freezing outside, so he decides it's better to take her back to the station to do them. You'd think Brittany would understand, right? Nope, she starts acting erratic.
Alright, so you say you haven't been drinking tonight?
No.
Alright, any drugs at all?
No, absolutely not.
So, you said you was at your friend's house for 3 hours, correct? Okay, what exactly, or you got, like, what was you guys doing and?
Just hanging out.
Just hanging
Being
out?
friends.
Okay.
You have friends, don't you?
I'm not originally from here, I'm from Milwaukee.
Oh, so then you didn't. I mean, I'm just saying.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Brittany starts talking about her little brother who died in an accident. It's clear this is eating her up inside, and it seems like she's using booze to drown it all out. But guess what? Instead of making things better, it just digs her deeper into this mess.
What I want to do is, I just want to go back to our station, just run you through some fields, okay? So basically what the fields is, I can kind of smell a little bit of alcohol and toxicants coming from you, okay? So, you gotta come with me, you gotta go back to I don't want you to do out in the cold, alright?
Can you believe the irony? Brittany's too drunk to see the reality of her actions. What's truly groundbreaking is that just 6 months ago, her brother lost his life in a drunk driving crash, a crash that Brittany herself survived. You'd think that would be a wake-up call, right? But here she is, repeating the same dangerous mistake. Back at the station, they try to do sobriety tests, but it's more of the same. Brittany's clearly not in any condition to drive. The cops have seen enough and rightfully slaps the cuffs on her. But oh, it doesn't end there.
I'll come with you.
Okay.
With you.
Hey, Skip. Hey, I'm gonna take her back to the station.
That's what you want me to do. I'll go with you.
I'll send you our information through the MDT. All right, so we're gonna go to that first spot over here, okay? First name Brittany, Boy Robert, Ida, Tom, Adam, Nora, Young, Initial C.
Now that she's officially in hot water, what does Brittany do? Instead of owning up to her mistakes, she starts piling on the charges, making everything 10 times worse. And to top it all off, her behavior is just plain bizarre. But Brittany's gone off the deep end, accusing the cops of all sorts of assault and kicking up the story. She's throwing around wild accusations left and right, but let's face it, nothing she's doing is helping her case one bit.
What I want you to do is I want you to stay in this position. And what I want you to do is I just want you to follow this finger with your eyes and your eyes only. Do not move your head. Do you understand?
Okay.
Any questions?
No.
Just with your eyes.
Okay. Okay, then. Okay.
Her behavior stays the same throughout the whole situation. She's as uncooperative as ever, throws racist comments at one of the officers and starts kicking them. I mean, can you believe the nerve of this young woman?
Okay. So tonight you're gonna get some tickets and you're gonna get the chance to go home.
You know what the fuck is gonna happen to you guys? I'm gonna fucking let everybody know you guys fucking fucked me over, you fucking pieces of shit.
She starts resisting arrest back at the station, and even causing chaos in the interview room. I mean, they had to remove the chairs because she was kicking them around like a mad woman. At one point, she tries to make a run for it, all while she's cuffed.
Better than that.
Stop.
Oh, you're fucking better than
Stop.
that. You're a fucking black officer.
Stop.
What are you doing? Stop.
I'm not fucking doing anything.
Stop. Relax.
Get the fuck out of
You're kicking me. Now you're gonna get hurt.
So, what's the end result of all this chaos? Brittany finds herself tossed in a cell, facing a list of charges: felony, battery to an officer, orderly misconduct, driving under the influence, and failure to control her vehicle. Which incident left you the most shocked? Leave your answers in the comment section below. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys soon.